Today I'm going to talk about the FiFine AM8PROT. Really excited about this. I haven't had my AM8 for a long time. I sold it before I moved out here. So I'm looking forward to trying out the new version, the Pro version. I also want to thank FiFine for giving me the opportunity to talk about this microphone and review it. They did send it to me free of charge, but that will not sway my opinion one way or the other. They don't have any say in the video that I upload and produce. I haven't had my AM8 since before I moved back out to the Northwest. Really like that microphone. Was just paring down some things to make the move just a little bit easier. But I'm happy to get the latest and greatest version of the AM8 because that microphone was great and it was my first real microphone. It served its purpose for me and it worked really well. And I was kicking myself ever since for giving it up. But now I'm happy that, again, FiFine has given me the opportunity to talk about this microphone and then try it out. And let's see if it's going to be a microphone that will be in my stable of mics. Let's see if this one lives up to the hype. But first, I've got to finish taking my dogs out for their afternoon potty break and exercise. Let's see what the dogs are up to. So I don't know much about this mic so far. This is the first time I'm really speaking into it. Yeah, so I just did a test run with the AM8PROT right here, just to see how it sounded right out of the box. And man, it sounds great. It reminds me of the AM8, the original one, but there's something a little bit more crisper about it. But the more I'll dig deep into it, I'll give a better explanation. I don't know a whole bunch of functions on this microphone yet. I'm just now getting to know it. What's really cool about the AM8PROT version here is that it comes with the microphone boom arm here, and it's really cool boom arm. I mean, I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but what I'm really getting at right now is I got to remember I got to look up here. I've got my webcam. So if you see me looking down here, I'm so used to my webcam being lower, but I've got it on on its own tripod here. So now it's kind of much higher up. So now I got to remember to look into it. So if you see me screwing that up, I'm not a professional. I'm doing my best here. What I'm getting at about the microphone stand and the microphone that it comes with, the all-in-one package, I think it's like 70-80 bucks. The Amazon link will be in the description, so you'll see the latest and greatest price that it is today. If you do decide to purchase it, please use my link. Any little tiny bit helps keep this going and gives me the opportunity when I'm not afforded the luxury of a company sending me out products to be able to purchase my own products, which 98% of the stuff that I talk about on this channel thus far, I've purchased. Anyway, what a great value that is, right? It's like 70, $80, you're getting this out of the box and you're getting a high quality sound. You're not going to you're not going to need much more. If you're doing what I'm doing, if you're doing an interview based program like I do with the Bulldog Social Club podcast, you're not going to need much more than this. This will clearly convey a message and do it really crisp and sound really good, kind of a broadcast quality microphone, but for an $80 price tag. And that is huge when you're first starting out. Even when you've been doing it a long time like me, I don't want to spend 100, 200, $300 for a microphone and then have to buy accessories. This comes with everything that you need, and I really like that about this. This is fantastic. The value that you get from products like this is amazing, and FiFine is really a stalwart when it comes to a company that has consumers in mind, and especially budget consumers, people who are first starting out or people who are on a shoestring budget, so to speak, and you're going to get good sound, and when you start to step up your game, you may want another microphone. You may want to maximize the quality of sound. But at the end of the day, to me, I've heard other microphones. I continue to listen to people. I pay attention to the microphones, and at the end of the day, somebody who is got the M8 Pro or RE20 or an SM7B, there isn't that big of a difference. And it doesn't really, for people like us, amateurs, people who aren't making a living at this, it doesn't constitute uh, a smart business decision to go ahead and pay that price for a sound that you're only getting incremental um, upgrades with. Um, I'm sure your professionals are going to be able to tell the difference between this and an SM7B. But for me, my amateur ears, my rudimentary knowledge about audio, uh, I don't care. I don't tell the difference that much. Um, Not enough for me to care, and not enough for me to say, "Oh, that sucks compared to this." And the one thing that FiFine doesn't do is it doesn't suck. It really offers budget prices with uh, pushing the limits with quality, higher quality sound, and I really really truly believe that. I'm not just saying it because you know they sent me this microphone out. I purchased um, 3 FiFine microphones before I even reached out to FiFine um, uh, to collaborate with them in any shape or form. Um, I I and the reason I did reach out was because, the quality was there. It was something that I really truly believed in, and I really what I like too is it's just plug and play. Like today, I'm not going to get into, the XLR sound. I'm just gonna do the USB-C today, because I'm really want to promote the idea of just plug and play and getting it going. And one of the things about the AM8 Pro T compared to the original AM8, the USB-C connectivity has been upgraded. I just think these broadcast style microphones should come USB-C capable. Is all I'm trying to say. The fact that a lot of them don't, and I guess they figure that a professional is buying their products, so they're gonna have all the tools that they need to maximize the sound for the microphone. But for in reality, is I see uh, a lot of amateurs like myself, a lot of newbies with these high end, expensive microphones, and for what? You know what I mean? It's like and they had to go out and buy an audio interface, and I see some of them with cloud lifters for the SM7B, and I mean, just like, you're an amateur, you haven't even like been monetized on your YouTube yet, and here you are, you're rocking those kinds of microphones. And for me, it's like the sound quality for an amateur to get for an amateur like me and a lot of people in the YouTube space to maximize a sound for an RE20 or an SM7B, or name the higher end microphone, you're not getting the quality sound that a professional would. So quit trying to reach for the stars on that level. This is a perfect microphone for us amateurs, our newbies, or people who just value plug and play and want quality sound out of that plug and play. And this is it. I mean, this is game over for that, in my opinion, so far. I really like this microphone. And I love the stand, right? It's cool. It's something unique about it. And you'll see in B-roll that I'll put over this that there's an RGB lights and everything like that. So, kind of let me get into some of the finer points. With my testing so far, and again, I'm not when I say testing, my non-professional, amateurish ears, and just countless hours of listening to podcasts and paying attention to people's microphones. Um, so take it for what it's worth on that level. But what I can really tell is there is a little bit different sound. I went back and listened to an interview that I did with with the AM8, and I compared it to what I was hearing with this, and there is definitely a cleaner sound coming out of this, and just kind of a it's cleaned up in a certain regards. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just got a crisper sound. It's got a more refined sound, and I don't know. Maybe it's because the first one was a 16-bit, was like, I think, a variable 44 to 48 kilohertz. I don't know if that has anything to do with this one. I think this one is strictly 24-bit and 48 kilohertz, and I think you're definitely being able to hear a bump up in sound quality on that level. The first version, from what I recall, it did pretty good about blocking out background noise, but this one, I feel, has even gotten better on that level, because I was listening to just some tests that I was doing before I hit record here. My dog was barking, and my backyard, where my guard dog is at right now, is right outside that window, and I can hear his bark pretty pretty audibly. It's significant, where it kind of bugs me. And especially, these are open ear headphones, so really it was kind of distracting in some regards. But when I played it back, it blocked out a lot of that, and I don't remember it blocking out that much in the original version. So far, I think that is really good. I like that a lot, and for that purpose alone, if I'm going to be doing like an interview during the day, that's kind of what I need to have. I need to have, when I got dogs up and around, and they're not in for the night. Um, there's a lot of barking that goes on here, so I need a microphone that's able to block out some of that obtrusive sound. And my big dog has a booming bark, so I like that a lot. That's really been really cool. And from what I was reading, again, Patty hates when I talk into a microphone. Um, Go over there with him. Go for your brother. You stay. If you've got a loud voice, or you're maybe gaming and you get excited and you yell or something. Um, there's a little bit less distortion with this microphone, the Pro version, than the original version. And that's cool and everything. So if that's something that you're thinking about, if you're a gamer or you're a little bit more animated than I am, um, then this might be a better purchase to get the Pro instead of the original. Um, I really like that. Just having that versatility is always good to have in a microphone. It just seems like maybe the boost in sound um, comes from a little bit more of a boosted lows and highs, and I like that. I think the original version, from what I recall, was a little bit darker. It just seems to be able to um, give a little bit more of a balanced sound. Uh, and if you're somebody that likes to tinker, I think this would probably help during if you're doing a lot of EQing and post production on audio. This microphone probably will do a little bit better at that. That's kind of what I gather with the upgrades and sounds. And if you are somebody that likes to tinker and make sure that your audio is nice and crisp instead of a plug and play rube like me, let me know in the comments if you've played around with this and been able to EQ it and do some post production things and how that's been comparable to the original version. That I'm primarily going to use this as a USB-C microphone. This is why I would buy this microphone. And I'm really like the idea that it has an XLR capabilities, and I will probably do another video. But I'm on my Mac. I'm in my little makeshift studio. This is kind of my wife's closet slash changing room. And then she gave me a little corner to set up my little podcast desk here. What I have on this desk is my MacBook Pro M5. My second setup in my living room has the PC. And what I was getting at with the Mac is the FiFine Genie software is not compatible with Mac. And so when I went to download it, that's when I realized, oh, that's not so. So what I'm probably going to do is do a second video and use use my new toy right here. See, it's the Shure MVX2U digital audio interface. This allows to be USB-C. I just plug it into the back of the microphone, and that's what I'll probably test the XLR capabilities with. I do have my Lewitt Connect 6. I might also do that as well, but I figure what I'll do is with the second video is I'll connect that to the back of this and then just see the quality difference and um, talk about the software. I'm probably not going to do like where I show you everything and I'll just talk about it and then you'll hear the sound when I use the Shure digital audio interface there. Um, and just to see the quality, and maybe then I'll come in here and connect my Lewitt Connect 6 audio interface to this and just do kind of a quick video on that level. So like I said, I'm just talking about plug and play here, and this is a great option if you're like me, who doesn't want to think about a whole lot, who just wants to be able to get on and uh, convey a message, and just the content is more important than the equipment that you use. Then look no further. You get a boom arm mic stand here, and you get a super good quality microphone. I mean, it's 24-bit and 48 kilohertz. I mean, you can't beat that for $80 or less. I think the last time I saw it was like $72, or I don't remember. It was not expensive at all. What you get with this is you get the whole package. And I know I keep harping on that. But it's important to say and let people know this is what the quality of sound that you get out of it. And so I've like I said, I haven't done anything but plug this in and go. Um, it's a little bit more compatible with some of your USB-C devices like your phone, your tablet, um, and your laptop. So that is always good. And if I can plug this in my phone, fantastic. I do like to be able to utilize my phone. I'm thinking about upgrading to 2 phones, so I can have my hand in Android and iOS. So, I'll probably be doing a lot more recording, using, strictly phones too. So that's good to know that I'll have the ability and not have to worry much about, any connectivity issues if I do, start utilizing, my phones a little bit more. I'm not talking about me, but I'm talking about, people who may not be into, more of a gamer aesthetic. Um, and for me, that doesn't mean anything, because I just want the quality of sound more than anything. But the older I get, the weirder this may be, I do value RGB. I love it. I mean, I have it constantly uh, on my keyboard with my Lenovo 7i uh, c- com- gaming computer. The RGB lights are constantly on, and I don't know. I guess I just like that look. Brings out the kid in me. The gamer aesthetics may not be for everyone, but you could probably move this where it wouldn't be so much in frame. And then here's the deal. I just shut it off. You know, there we go. The RGB's off. You could frame your camera in a way where the microphone isn't completely in frame, uh, and there you go. It just looks like a modern broadcast style microphone, um, and you don't need to worry about the RGB. That's the great thing about having this on the microphone. And if you are a gamer and you love that aesthetic, or you're like me, every once in a while, depending on your mood, you'll pop it on. There's different color profiles you'll see in the B-roll that they'll put on this video. There's different colors that you can do, but this is my initial review of this microphone, and uh, what I'll do is I'll use it for an interview, and then I'll test the XLR side of it and talk about that as well. What's cool about this is it lights up when I talk. I love that quality. I don't know if I've already said that, but it's pretty cool that it does that. I like it. Again, the older I get, the more I like bright lights, and pretty colors. Uh, um, but watch, this is kind of a cool effect that I just figured out as I was about ready to stop recording. And uh, you see it green. So watch me turn down the gain. I'm going to turn it up. So the light gets greener as the gain goes up, and goes away when you turn the gain down. It gets less. So it's up. Now it's going down. Cool effect. Gives you a visual aid to what you're trying to do, which I need. Sometimes I have a hard time figuring out left from right, up and down, you know what I mean? So I really like that. That's kind of a cool effect, and I'm glad I figured that out before I stopped recording. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'll hit this button, give you a little bit of. Now I think this is the sound for my headphones. So let me turn that down. I'm not hearing as much in my headphones, and now I don't hear anything besides my dog barking outside. And let me turn it up. And now I'm starting to hear myself talk in the microphone. And let me turn it all the way up. And now you can see it turn the microphone audio is blue, the gain is green. So and you just push the button and there you have it. And then I think this is the same thing. So this would give, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So what it does is if like I'm in an interview, I want to hear more from my computer, I turn it up, or if I wanted to hear more from my headphones, I turn it the other way. So I think this is more towards like being able to hear what's going on from the computer audio instead of the microphone audio. And then keep it balanced, I guess. But yeah, cool little features there. Let me put it back to gain. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that versatility. And then just the visual of the RGB light helps out a lot. Honestly, I like that a lot. I think it's cool. You can hear the handling noise. Don't touch the boom arm. Don't touch the mic when you're when you're when you're broadcasting because it it's horrible. It's like annoying in my ear. So I apologize if that was bothering you. And I don't know. I can't remember if I already talked about the mute. Let me turn. Yeah. So when you just want to mute it, you see it was just where the RGB light is basically that is moving right now. That's mute. Can you hear me now? Yeah. So that's basically what it is. Yeah. Again, I'm glad I figured that out before I went published this. But again, I really want to thank FiFine for giving me the opportunity to talk about this microphone and being able to continue our relationship. And you know, I was kind of looking to nitpick a little bit more with this because I don't want to sound like I'm a complete fanboy. Um, but God, when you're talking to an amateur guy like me, again, who values just being able to plug something in at an affordable price and wants to maximize my ability to sound good, uh, this is, you can't beat FiFine. So I'm just so happy that the FiFines are around of the world. They're a great company, and they've got quality products for an affordable price. So if you're thinking about just starting out, or you want to upgrade to a USB-C microphone that you could pop on your desk, look no further than the AM8PROT. This is a great alternative to paying big prices for not much better sound, really, at the end of the day. So, yeah, good on FiFine. And look for a second video. I can't tell you when. I've got two other videos that I've been trying to get out and doing. I just with my hand and dealing with the recovery with that and life stuff, I haven't been able to get other videos out there. So that should do it for today. Um uh look for kind of a part two. I can't give you a timeline that I'll give my opinion about the software and then just allow you to hear the XLR connectivity with this. I'll use the Shure MVX2U Generation 2 device that I just purchased, and go ahead and watch that video if you haven't. I did a my initial impressions and review with it, and then I will also connect it to my Lewitt Connect 6 eventually, um, and give you the idea of what it sounds on XLR. But for me, this microphone really isn't something. If you don't have an audio interface, don't worry about it. But if you do, and you want to hear what the sound quality is, then that's cool. And like I said, I'll connect them to the Lewitt Connect 6 and the Shure digital audio interface, like I said, and then I'll also kind of go over my first impressions about the FiFine Genie software. I'm curious what that's like and what all that entails with that, and so I'll combine it in the second part of this. Like I said, I'm on my MacBook here, my little podcast desk. I have to go out into the living room where I've got my little my PC set up, my PC laptop set up. Um, but yeah, that should do it for today. It's got a double thumbs up, and if I had the ability to give two thumbs up, I would, but I don't at this point. Still nursing the hand. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to the next adventure and upload. Talk to you soon.